So, I wrote this book in 2017. It's called The Measures of Hate and Love. This book was based off of the things that I went through in my life. I wrote to keep, that's how I self-healed. I wrote my way out of the things that I was going through. So, I have not really opened this book for some years now, but I don't know if it's because I wasn't ready to like reread the things that I've been through. But come to find out, I opened this book like before 2023 came in. And it was a poem that I wrote. This is a poetry book based off of my life experiences. The things that I went through, I tend to write my way out of it, write my way through it, because that's how I self-healed. So I wrote a poem called Block the Attack. And I didn't know that I was going to be attacked. I didn't know that, things was going to happen to me the way that they happened to me. And I didn't know that, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. You don't prepare for the worst. But, going through this has given me more strength, more courage, more confidence, more insight on who God really is, and me getting closer to him. I was close to him, but when you backslide and stuff like that, and it's just like, God, do you want me? Where do I need to be? You try to get out of certain situations, but you don't know how, because you're still in that lustful, sinful way. And, you're just trying to figure your life out. You know that your life is in shambles, but you just don't know what you want, or because you're hurt, you just do anything. But that's not what life is about. You're supposed to heal from the hurt, not cause even more pain by hurting other people or doing things to people that you're not supposed to be doing. So I came in this book because, I don't know, something just told me open it. Like some of the stuff that I was writing about, I went through it, and some of these poems are from when I was 12. Some of these poems are when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, when I went in college. But this book, I did not expect it to resonate with me today, because I'm still going through some of the things that I wrote about before. But it's here to help me get through those things that I was experiencing. And I'm glad that between my Bible, prayer, my mom, and, just being able to find myself, my true self, within this experience has really been a blessing and a great experience for me. Even though it may have looked ugly, even though it may have felt ugly, even though it may have been ugly, I still was able to find the joy of the Lord. And he was my strength. He is my strength. He is everything. So excuse me if y'all don't understand why I praise God the way I praise God, because if it had not been for him on my side, I don't know where I would be. But this is a poem that I wrote. I don't know when I wrote it, but I put it in my book because it was necessary. And I'm going to read it to you. It's a little teeny poem, and I named it Block the Attack. Humble yourself. He will do the rest. Strongholds come across me. They try to challenge me. I have to get rid of the enemy. Demons try to face me. Block the attack with a shield from God. Block the attack and knock the enemy down. Be humble, and God will surely do the rest. Now, I wrote that, but I did not realize that I wrote this and I put it in my book until I opened it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wrote this. Humble yourself. He will do the rest. Strongholds come across me. They try to challenge me. I have to get rid of the enemy. Sometimes we go through things because the enemy is out to rob, kill, and destroy. I'm going to keep saying that because I want people to understand that it is the truth, that he is out to get people that he can. And because he can't get to certain people, he'll try to get to your children, your family. He'll try to use people that are close to you to try to hurt you. So when I wrote this, Block the Attack, is because at that moment, it was so many things coming at me. And I'm back at it again. And it's like, my back is against the wall. Which way do I go? Where do I turn? But I'm here to tell you that no matter what you're going through, I don't care how bad it looks. It may look like a tsunami, a hurricane, a thunderstorm. It may look like something that you can't get out of, but you gotta hold on. You gotta hold on because you're going to get out of it. Trust and believe. Coming from somebody who's been in a dark spot, that felt like the world was on top, that she couldn't get out of it. But one thing I held on to was my faith. That's all I had. That's all I could go off of. When the world turned their back on you, when you have nobody in your corner, when you feel like you're all alone, if you don't have anybody, I know some people aren't saved. Some people don't believe in God. Some people believe in the universe. But I'm here to tell you right now, like, put all that aside and think about your life in this moment. This world is getting crazier. So if you don't believe in something, you need to believe in something positive. My belief is I believe in God. I believe that he's the head of my life. I stand on his word and his promises. I believe that God is going to do exceedingly abundantly above everything, all things that I can ask or think. So that's what I believe. But I'm telling you, it's the most gracious and precious feeling and beautiful experience that I have ever experienced in my entire life of living. I have been saved since I was 12 years old. Yes, I'm not perfect. Yes, I backslid. Yes, I've done things that I wasn't supposed to do. Yes, I was in sin. Yes, I'm not holier than holier, or no, I'm not. So I have my flaws, but at the same time, I have a relationship with God, and I just thank him for who he is. So I'm telling y'all, I wrote this, Block the Attack, because I was going through something back then. Then I didn't know, I was like, how can somebody be doing so great in life, a married woman living a single mother lifestyle, doing great for herself, fall back down by the wayside? Yes, fall back down by the wayside. Literally living check to check, lose everything. But my mind, I'm still here. I'm still standing strong because I know there is a God. I know that I should have lost my mind. I know that I could have been crazy. I know that I should have been, but he sustained me. He kept me. And through it all, I'm able to use my focus method to help me get in alignment so that I can stay in tune with God and in tune with breaking barriers so that I can become successful in life. Yes, sometimes you got to lose everything to gain everything back even greater. But I was prepared for what happened. I was prepared in a way where I didn't see it coming, but I was already prepared because God had already gave me warnings of what was going to happen. When you have discernment, sometimes you don't want to believe it. Sometimes God don't give it to you all at one time. He give it to you in bits and pieces. But then you ask him, God, what is that? What are you saying to me? And he'll tell you what he's saying. You just got to ask him. But at the same time, I didn't get on here to preach. I just came to say that I wrote a poetry book. I'm not promoting it, but I'm just saying that I wrote this book and I got it published in 2017. I wrote a poem called Block the Attack. I didn't know I was going to be attacked like this. My character, my integrity, they conspired against me. All the things that I could have gave up on, I didn't. They used my children against me. The things that are so precious, near and dear to my heart, that's the stuff that they use. And I'm just warning you that this is happening to people that are doing the right things. I know sometimes it may look like stuff ain't ever going to end, or the things that you think you got your life right, and you think, but adversity comes. It's necessary, because that's the only way that we could depend on God to see us through. He gets the glory out of all this, because it's not out of me that I'm standing here that I could give my testimony or partial on my testimony, because I'm just here to say that somebody out there is feeling like they can't make it. They're feeling like they can't get over that hurdle or that obstacle. But I'm here to tell you that the barrier has to break. It has to break. But you can't give up. I know sometimes it looks so hard where we just feel like, oh, I'm not trusting in God because he's taking too long. He might have taken long enough, but he comes on time. I'm telling you, you just got to push, pray, and stand firm in your purpose. Because I'm telling you now, the things that you think that you can't get through, those are the things that make you stronger. And you don't know how strong you are until you experience something. Until you experience something that will break you, that will tear you down, that will pull you apart. You won't understand until you experience it. You experience it, then you can tell how strong you are. You can tell that you have purpose. Because I'm telling you, stuff don't happen to people that are already doing things that they ain't supposed to be doing. Stuff don't happen to them. It's the people that are trying to do right, trying to get their life right, trying to do the things that they're supposed to do. And then the devil just come try to tear you down, try to destroy you because he can't have you. So I'm here to say, block the attack. Don't let your situation consume you. Never let your situation defeat you. You defeat the situation. You'll come out of that tsunami. You'll come out of that hurricane. You'll come out of that tornado. You'll come out on top. You'll come out of that earthquake. Whatever you're going through, it might feel like an earthquake or a hurricane or a tsunami or a twister. But I'm telling you, it's necessary for you to bend, twist, and turn. It's necessary for this to happen. Just trust God and know that he is God all by himself. And he will make a crooked path straight. Trust me. He blocked the attack. He blocked the attack then for me. And he's blocking the attack now. And I came out on the other side. I crossed over. TD Jakes, I love you. I got to give him a shout out because it was 2 sermons that I listened to of his going through this storm. And one of them was called Storm Drains. And he said, when the rain stops, the water has to go somewhere. It can't just stay on the surface. It has to drain somewhere. It's like your situation. It might be storming, thunder, loud and popping, but at the end of the day, when it stops, that residue has to go somewhere. It can't stay on you. It has to go somewhere. The water has to drain away. So just think about that. And I'm telling you, I have never been so happy to get on the other side. Like, I crossed over to the other side of greatness. I'm a barrier breaker. I break barriers. The barriers that had me so bound, so down, so, I'm telling you, I don't know where I would be. But God blocked the attack. On every single side, He blocked it. No weapon. They can form it, but it won't prosper because God allowed it to happen. He allowed it to happen. It was necessary, and you will come out of it on top. You just got to believe and trust the process because He's got it. He's got it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I'm just so happy because I could have been dead in my grave. I could have been crazy out my mind. I could have been. But I'm still here, still standing strong, still tall, still courageous and bold and determined that I'm going to see my success. I'm going to see my future. I'm going to see it because I believe it. And I know that through it all, through everything, every single thing that I've been through, experienced. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried myself to sleep. Yes, I couldn't sleep. But one thing somebody told me, he said, don't get anxiety. When I heard that, I took a deep breath and asked God to release it. Like, release this anxiety. Don't give me depression. I don't want it again. I don't. I had it in college. I don't want it again. The things that I experienced, I don't want it back. So if He could take it away from me, God, here, just take it. If He could just take it away from me, I don't want it. And I made a promise to myself that I won't get there. No matter what life brought to me, I will not let myself get back there. Because that's a horrible feeling. And I don't wish that on anybody. A horrible feeling to be so down in the dirt. Just going through. Not clinically diagnosed, but the feeling of it was there. The feeling. And I said, no, this is not me. I can't get there. That's not me. That's not who I am. I'm a happy, joyous, perky person. Like, I got the most bubbliest personality I've ever even known anybody can have. Like, I'm just happy about life itself. I'm just happy all the time, most of the time. And if I'm not, they knew something was wrong. So I'm here to tell you that I am a living testimony of how good God can just bring you out of something so harsh, so cruel, so icky feeling. He brought me out of this thing, y'all. I crossed over to the other side. I seen 2023, and I'm still seeing His hand in stuff. I'm being honest, I have never seen the hand of God until this experience. This is a whole new experience for me. And I'm like, okay, God, if I doubted you before, I ain't doubting you no more because I know you're real. I see you. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. He's there with me 24/8, 365. And that song, Everybody Needs Jesus, everybody needs Him. Even if you don't know you need Him, you need Him. I'm sorry, you just need Him. Everybody has something. Even if you don't think you do, you have something that you are holding on to that needs to break. It needs to break. It might be a bad attitude. It might be a lion spirit. It might be something that has hurt you in the past. It might be something that you can't fathom. It might be something that you just can't shake. But it has to break at some point. It has to get loose. So, I just thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good night.